I'm just trying to get attention.
Really?
Can you hear us?
And we're not muted. On the left, under audio maybe?
It shows that it's picking us up.
Hello?
Brianna?
Oh, I don't know. That's funny.
Are you recording yourself? It was recording us talking
Can you
instead of
scroll
saying.
down to that box, have like a okay setting or something?
Has nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Ask her if she has her mute or her speaker on. Go over to Zoom share, to that.
Right here.
Yeah. No, that's muted. I thought maybe we were working through the wrong.
No, it's the,
Unmuted. I'm not very well versed, because I've been in the Zoom for 4 years now. I still hate it.
It seems like a long shot, but maybe when we turn the video on, if the same shows video and sound.
it does, that's why I'm gonna try this. So we're working over here.
Now go to the left of our neighbors, but muted, must be unmuted.
That's her name.
Oh, first.
Yeah. She's muted. I don't think it's fair to say they're all, no, that's 40 feet, 45.
Can you hear us? We're-
There we are. No, unmute us.
Hey Brianna, can you hear us?
Brianna, can you hear us? Nope.
Chat her and ask her to chat. She's ours.
Yeah, she can chat.
Here.
She is unmuted. Yeah, unmuted. Yeah, I can hear her.
No, I can't hear you. I can turn my volume all the way up here. You can try again.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you.
Oh, good.
I could see you for a second there, but then you disappeared.
We were fighting with the volume or the microphone.
Gotcha. Oh, hi everyone. Wonderful. Good to see you.
So we'll get started. Just an FYI, we do not have a quorum today. So we have some members that weren't able to be here. So I'm gonna see what we can do. So let's go around and I call the meeting to order at 8:47. And then let's go around and do introductions. I'll start off. I'm Deanna Balsharf. I'm the vice chairperson.
Clint Coleman, traffic safety member.
Jenny Driscoll, traffic safety member.
Spencer Pollock, County Public Works.
Tracy Hensley, council president, liaison to this commission.
AJ Miller, Canby Police.
Brianna Adada can be planning liaison.
Can't
So,
approve those either.
oh yeah, we will have to postpone reviewing and approving the minutes for December 11th in February due to the not having a quorum. As far as I know, there was no citizen input. Okay. And then for old business, discuss citizen concerns from last month. And kind of.
Maybe
Very vague down here.
I could chime in on that one. I know some of the ongoing concerns by citizens, of course, is speed. And one of the suggestions that Officer Miller made was on the Facebook page. And then we list, do a street reviews and list, like the data. And so I wrote something up and I was gonna read it to you all in here. We could change the order of this. I was gonna say on your Facebook, when you're doing those deals, you do something like our Canby Traffic Safety Committee in conjunction with the Canby Police Department and Canby Public Works will provide monthly speed reviews of streets in our community. Our first review will be of, and let's say we use Northeast 10th because that was a pretty recent one. We could say the location, the date of the review, posted speed limit, the average speed measured during this review period. And that's enough data, don't you think?
Yeah.
And then we could say maybe in parentheses that this data gathered through a digital device, which can be Public Works, can place in and around town. And then this data is provided to the Canby Police Department for their review. Is that something like that sound okay?
Yeah, and it's provided to the people that were,
There's citizens
the
that.
citizens that came in to report.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll type that up and I'll have you and Jackie look it over and then we'll get it out to you before we. Formal.
Before something goes out, maybe just get review and make sure that's approved by everyone before getting posted, because I don't want someone to go, hey, this was given and is it accurate?
Yeah.
Now, this is data that we're going to post when we get it back or after it's been reviewed by the committee.
Probably after it's been reviewed by the committee.
Would we
Yeah.
maybe want to add a little blurb saying that something concise, but to the effect of, based on this data, we are going to do X, or based on this data, no further action is going to be taken? Or do we want to not address it one way or the other? Because if you're seeing the data, you're going to be like, okay, well, is anything going to happen now?
Yeah, I think the fact that the data's given to us, I think that kind of paints the picture that
Yeah.
You guys
we're
know
not just
that.
gonna.
If you see a problem, then you're.
Yeah, and we're not
Yeah.
gonna let it continue to happen.
I know, just advise them on how.
Advising the police to notify, we have the data as well.
Covers it, okay.
And we participate in the meetings.
The only other thing we could add if you want is if the citizenry has a street they'd like us to review, should we add that into the mix?
Maybe we link them to the requestable camera, or do we just give them information?
Historically, for getting the device set up it was a request from this committee.
Okay.
So I think it'd be best to
Go through the.
limit it to coming here to the committee instead of just having it be on a Facebook where it's like, I want it. from
I
my
want to hear
house.
it.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, that would get
I,
really, really quick.
yes.
they need to come here.
What I'll do is I'll email you, Officer Miller, and Deanna and Jackie, and just have you tweak the wording until it's to your liking, and then it'd be Facebook friendly.
The wording I would like to tweak is for a commission. Officially, the official title of this group is the Traffic Safety Commission.
And then we can gather the data from Spencer on the various streets.
Do we have, or do we plan to put some of the older assessments linked? Just, like where somebody can say, oh, I want to see what other ones they've done, because we've done so many of them in
We've
the last
done
couple
a
of
lot.
years.
A lot of the early ones, I don't know what happened. They're not on my computer. But everything else I've been saying. Don't know exactly. Site,
So that's just an open question.
I think a great thing too is I know one of the streets you did recently prior to 10th was Holly, I believe. So it would seem like that one would be fresh enough. And then one of the things that would be neat is Officer Miller, your input and the others. If we can do one a month, if you guys think that's too ambitious, but if we could come up with, 12 streets we want to review this year, that would be pretty neat. We can cover the whole, and hope they will attract some more Facebook followers to see that information and.
What if we come up with a proposed list of more like 6 of them, so that we have room for issues that are being brought to us to be able to slot it in? Because if we commit to a month, or excuse me, a year's worth of them up front, then when people come to us and say, hey, we really want to go look at X, Y, or Z, our equipment and resources to kind of analyze it are already kind of tied up.
Now, even though we might have an idea of the ones we want to do, yeah, we can open to telegraph what we.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
So, we'll discuss more, in February. And then utilizing media for education on traffic concerns. I know that Jackie has been posting on the Facebook page, the, Fridays with Frank, that, kind of gives, kind of an idea of like concerns for traffic and being watchful of pedestrians and different things. It's just something that she's putting on there on Fridays to kind of make people aware of, to kind of be attentive. I know a lot of people nowadays with the mobile devices and stuff get focused on that, and that's draws a lot of attention off the road, but trying to think of ways that we can like do a video of maybe like the pedestrian crossing at a school zone, or doing like around school buses, because Oregon started a new law, I believe that started January 1st, where they can report with a camera on the school bus or something for people that run the bus, because there's been a lot of that happening where people are not stopping for the school buses. So I know there's some new law coming in, but it's trying to get where people have a avenue to watch a video or something to kind of make them aware.
Anna, who's Frank? Is he just somebody who does these
It's-
videos, or is it specific to Canby in some way?
No, it's just a video thing that's out there. So, yeah,
It's a
yeah, it's
YouTube
not,
thing.
yeah,
It's not specific to Canby, it's just general traffic.
yeah.
Yep, it applies everywhere.
But the group is only at 212 members, so we're gonna have to do something, since it's a group and not a page, it's gonna be harder to get followers.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why it was set up as a private group. But It's gonna be some like camping out promotion to get people to join the group, you're not gonna be,
Then
you're not gonna have a very big audience.
maybe one of the things you could do possibly when you're doing your traffic safety update at the council meetings is, once we have this street data online, you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I try to remember just to promote the group in general, but I would definitely talk about that data once we know it's up there. Get more interest in people joining the group than if there's something they think they wanna go see.
And then speed enforcement cameras, those are gonna be delayed till February. So, Eric can present more on what's going on with that. And then the next one is about myself and, talking with the high school. I decided to wait until after the new year, because with schooling, didn't wanna bug them during their holidays. So, I contacted the principal, the athletic director, and then a couple of the administrative people at the Canby High School. I reached out to just tell them that I was concerned as a neighbor, and that I wanted to, see if we could discuss some of the parking issues that occur during the busy times. I said this time of year, it's not bad because hardly no one's over at the softball fields. But I said there have been concerns in the past, and I said I'm more concerned with safety if there's a bike or somebody in the bike lane with the items going on. The school was very responsive, responded right away, and they're willing to work with me. They understand the concern. And they mentioned that the school officer that's on duty, that if he's at games, they're gonna try to make him or her let the people coming, if they see that someone's parking where you mentioned something over loudspeaker or something, that, hey, if you're driving this vehicle, you're not parked correctly or something, just to make them aware of the concerns. They did mention that they send out a letter to the opposing schools trying to let them know of what's going on and trying to alert them that they need to park at the high school, not parking on street, because there's not much on-street parking. They also mentioned that they want to try to alert the other softball, like the Rebels. It can't be Rebels use it during the summertime a lot, and so they're gonna alert them that they need to think about using the street as more of a loading zone and unloading, not for full-time parking, just because of the limitations of the parking. So, and they are aware that the police are watching, because she mentioned, well, can't code enforcement or the police monitor? And I said, yeah, but during their hours they can't. Code enforcement can't be there 24/7 or on the clock. So, but she said that she's willing to work with me, and I figured that's a good step to kind of work with people. Directly.
And that was Carrie Sloan you talked to, that's all that?
Correct.
Okay, cool, thanks.
And then, Jennifer, your project?
It shouldn't say Southwest Third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southwest, they're not southeast. Well, the two car, I think AJ has more of an update than I do. Public Works got right out there after we had our physical in-person meeting and added the cross traffic doesn't stop sign to the stop sign at the end of Brand where it enters to Southwest Third. The Astrovan and that were parked on the street for the last couple of years got tagged, and Christine was able to get in touch with them. They say that they're going to come back in the near future. We had a little bit of a conversation before the meeting launched, and AJ is also going to speak with Christine about potentially enforcing the nuisance code for unkept properties for the abandoned vehicles and items that are blocking visibility on that corner south of the or on Southwestern, where it intersects with Grant. Pretty much everything that is to the south of the old newspaper building. That's just kind of hanging out there. It'll be in the picture. It's been there for, neighbors told me it's been there for close to a decade. We've got those trucks. We've got there's a donation box that it's just like sitting there. They're all covered in moss and dirt and crap. Yeah, it's just hanging out there. And they've been there the 7 years that I've lived nearby. And the neighbor said it's been there for probably at least 5 years before that. Yeah. And so those are our friends, the White Astrodam and the Gold Civic. So.
Everything?
That's everything I got now, yeah.
Okay, any new business?
Just a suggestion, I don't know if it falls under new business, but I'd really like us to hold true to a specific date. I mean, even if our president
something
can't
changes.
be there, just because we have this floating date, and we all have different schedules. I really think we need to hold to, we're gonna do the second Wednesday of each month at 8:30, we need to do that. Even if we don't have a quorum, even if we have to have a backup person, it's people's time, it's too valuable to have these unpredictable floating schedules.
Yeah, we had,
He moved the date in hopes that this wouldn't happen and it happened anyway, so
Yeah.
there's no point in moving it.
and there was only a few months ago where there was an event in recognition of people and there's a city college.
It was,
We canceled.
I think the 9/11.
Yeah, it may have been, and we moved it for that, but like, if that is a priority over the meeting, then I agree, I prefer that we just cancel and meet the next month rather than try and scramble to meet another week.
You all okay with that?
Yeah, I agree because, I know for like this meeting, Jackie and Tina weren't able to be here because of their work commitments. I almost couldn't be, but thankfully my, remote schedule was different for this month. But normally I don't have it where I can take extra Wednesdays. So, yep, no, I agree.
It is a non-binding agreement,
Yeah.
we'll make it official next time. But yeah.
Okay, so now for city staff report. So AJ, can you present for the police?
I can.
Thank you.
December 16 citations, 6 DUIs, crime other than DUI were 12, so those are relatively, hit and run, stuff like that. Total crashes were at 14. Most common of these are in parking lots, like just minor fender benders. People reported mostly like at Fred Meyer or Safeway. And then 7 traffic complaints, and these are all, it's my understanding, these are all dispatched calls. These aren't traffic complaints that people bring the form in and fill out the form with the PD. They are generated by CCOM. So anytime somebody's following a car that's driving recklessly, or they're calling 911 on a possible impaired driver, that is what those traffic complaints are for. I think I said at last meeting, I get bumped off of the traffic unit in March. They just opened the petition up for else. So,
Are you gonna
Go
become
on.
a detective?
what's that?
Are you gonna become a detective?
No, I'm just going back to patrol.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So if we want to see you, we have to get pulled over.
pretty much.
Well, then I guess I'm hoping that'll be much.
March, you guys might see a new face. Not yet. So they just opened up the application process for it, and we're just waiting to see who puts in for it. If more than one person puts in, there'll be an interview process. So yeah, I'll probably know within the next month. So I'll be at the next meeting, and I may be able to report back to you then. If they pick somebody by then, I may even just bring
We appreciate
Yeah, very much.
your time and
It's been great.
everything that you've done. It's been nice too. I know Jackie and I've enjoyed the extra time when we were starting the Facebook page and everything, trying to get that group set up. And
Yeah.
it's been nice having somebody that wants to be involved, so thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This has to do with graffiti, and I noticed on Highway 99, next to the Napa Parks, there's a big kind of light colored building, it's Boss Exteriors, and on the side of their building, it had some graffiti before, and it seemed like it went away, but it's back again, and so is that reaching out to the code enforcement? So if we should grouse about that, and then hopefully that will get fixed and that graffiti will go away then.
Yeah, either you could send her an email or you could generate a call through CCOM. And just let them know.
You know, our email right off the top.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please email her. We do not want that taking root in our community.
It is SAP, S-A-P-P, the letter C at canbypolice.com. sapc@canbypolice.com.
And then
Thank you.
I have a question about the crash that occurred on Elm Street or 13th near Elm.
When did it happen? Was it at night?
I thought it was like during like rush hour time
Do you remember what
a
that
few
was?
weeks ago, like a couple weeks ago.
Definitely didn't happen Monday through Thursday, because if it was on my shift, then I would have gone.
Might have been a Friday that, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't working, I hadn't heard about it, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, there was one that was near Jackie's house and she asked me to kind of inquire, but
Okay.
I was wondering if it was one of those that was reported, but that.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I just know that when I got about an hour ago, it was pretty crazy and that was like around rush hour time, so I was just kind of curious.
if it happened on Friday, I wouldn't have gone.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next, Spencer, Public Works.
I don't have too much to report this month. Holidays went good for all of us. There wasn't any major public works emergencies over the holidays, which was the first in a few years, so we were all happy about that.
Is South Ivy, would you say, on track, or is it behind or ahead?
It's not on the original schedule that they gave us, but they are still on schedule to meet the completion date.
And that is again,
I believe it's November is when they're supposed to have
this
everything
year.
done.
Okay.
But last time I talked with somebody from the construction company, they said that originally what they were planning on was doing most of the underground work this last summer and then taking a break through the winter and then coming back next spring and finishing everything else up. Things were kind of going slow for them, so they decided to just continue to work through the winter. So that's how they're hoping to, he said that they're hoping to be done with everything by midsummer. So they're hoping to be done early, but there's still a fair amount of work to be done before then. So we'll see how well all of that works out, but.
Thank you very much for everything you guys do. Thank you.
And then Brianna,
Hey everyone.
anything?
Yeah, pretty similar to Spencer. Things were quiet over the holidays. They are starting to pick back up, so I feel like next month I might have some updates for you. But yeah, right now we're just kind of all diving back into things that were quiet during the holidays. But yeah, I can answer questions. I'm here to help.
Any updates on the OLCC building and the light at 99 by Charbos, and then also if you could kind of describe where you think the urban growth boundary likely would be expanded.
The UGB, we're looking primarily at Area J, which is kind of where Jarbos is. It's in the northeastern portion, kind of south of 99E. So that's primarily where the UGB is slated to grow. And that's kind of what we anticipated that was on the sort of longer term maps. The Walnut Street extension is still being designed. So I don't have a timeline on that, but we just met with DKS, our traffic consultant, yesterday, and he said that was on track. And then your first question was OLCC. I just know that that's been approved. So yeah, no, I don't think they've had pre-con yet, Spencer. Maybe you can. Yeah.
We don't have.
Yeah.
We don't have a submittal, so they're still working on their,
Okay, and then if you had to speculate on the types of development that would take place in Area J if it was brought in, would that very likely be some industrial and multifamily housing and the full gamut?
I mean, there is potential for it to be anything. I think preliminarily, it's going to be mostly housing. There may be some commercial there, especially along 99E. But yeah, housing is primarily what was planned originally. Again, the densities, you mentioned multifamily, that's still kind of what goes where is still the question.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Brandon, do you have any updates on that memory care facility that's gonna be built on 13th and Ivy South?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned previously that all of their permits were expired, so they would have to come in and redo the process again. They have come back in for a pre-application conference, so have not seen an actual land use application back from them, but we did have the pre-app meeting, and it does seem like they are going to go forward with that. The design is a little bit different, but nothing major. I was concerned about the parking, but they're actually, so we talked about that in the pre-app. So yeah, I'm expecting to see that. That was one that I thought I might have an update for you next month to see the application come in. So yeah, we'll see how they are on that, but they did come back in for the pre-app.
Okay, and do they have to go all the way back through the process again, like where it actually has to be reviewed and approved by the commission and all that jazz?
Yes.
All right then.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Tracy, do you have a report for us?
Not much of one, likewise, I've kind of quiet through the holidays, but it did occur to me, we are still doing first Thursdays. So, I would maybe offer an idea for you all, when the weather gets warmer, I wouldn't want you to go out of your house. But, maybe, when you have some materials and things that you want to promote traffic safety in your Facebook group and that kind of thing, maybe, get a table down on first Thursday.
Yeah, good idea.
So will that continue throughout the year?
It goes all, yeah,
Yeah,
they just kind of
it's all
changed
there.
the name to First Thursday Night Market or something like that, is what they
Okay.
call it in the winter.
Yeah.
But it goes all year.
Neat. Thank you.
so I think there's two separate groups that are kind of coinciding at the same time on different streets, right?
Yeah, there's some months that they're like a Saturday Night Market type thing also, but not every month.
Where there's
so-
more vendors and it's a
Yeah.
little bit bigger. Because we go fairly regularly because I've got a little dude who really likes the bounce house. So we typically swing by at the very least for that and grab a bite to eat. Yeah, and sometimes it's very quiet and it's just a couple things there on second and sometimes
Sometimes it's
super
more
hopping.
vendors. They do the first Thursday.
Regardless, yeah.
Which is kind of brutal on some months.
Any exciting city announcements that you can share or Anything?
Well, we do have the Citizens Academy going on, which was pretty cool, that cohort is full, but if it goes well, I think maybe they'll kickstart a second cohort if there's interest. That's idea's being kicked around anyway, but, if you don't know what it is, they're meeting the second Thursday, I think it is, of every month from January through June. The first one kicked off last week, and we were in City Hall at the, Willamette Room. And they kind of went through a curriculum of, this is how the city government works, and this is the, a little bit about the history, this is the form of government, who's in charge of what, kind of gave them very preliminary basics, and then next month, they're coming down here to you guys, and they're gonna meet down here and get a tour of Public Works, and so every month it'll be a different portion. So at the end of all that, they'll probably evaluate, and there may or may not be another one, so if you're interested in that, keep your eyes open.
Is that somewhat similar to the one we did where it was, I think, Citizen Police Academy? Chief Smith at the time, we got to go spend some time at the police department and then we went to the shooting range in Clackamas.
It's a similar
Oh,
format,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
really
can get hands-on learning on
Yeah.
how it works, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so now on to board members. Okay, for, mine, I just wanna reiterate that again, just continue working with the high school. One thing that did help with the principal that she appreciated is that I had pictures to share of the parking. So that helped her to see what I'm talking about. I'm not just some person complaining. Yeah, so I showed her pictures of cars parked right at the intersection and how my concern is just someone were on a bike, we in our loop would not see them until it was too late. So just trying to kind of make it aware. And my other thing was on, I know on Burke Parkway, and 13th over by Starbucks, it seems like there's a water drain or something that when it rains heavily, it gets flooded. I'm not sure if there's, I don't know if it was leaves, so I think it's just,
Just outside the
The
base on
slope.
Third.
That's Starbucks, right?
It's like basically right where people are coming out of the Ace Hardware parking lot and hanging out.
because there were people in the turn lane because of a puddle area, so just not sure if there's something with the slope of the road or what.
I know that there is a slight imperfection in the paving. They kind of got low in the asphalt mix, so it does hold some water, but it shouldn't be out too big. Unless the system is, we have had problems with that storm area for, I thought we had those taken care
I've
of.
seen it flood up into the cement of the driveway.
And I have two, that's the issue, but I thought we had that fixed. But
Yeah,
I-
no, last-
so I will take
Yeah.
a look at that next.
Yeah, last month when it was raining heavily, one day I was going to work, and I'm like, oh my word, that's bad. So just want to bring that up. And then, I want to report for Jackie with her, email that she sent. So she was asked to join the Clackamas County, Safety Systems Advisory, which I think is good because she'll be able to kind of stand up for stuff that happens in Canby, that's part of Clackamas County. And she sounded like there might be a couple other opportunities, so no, she asked me and I told her that I could not with my schedule, and I'm already on I'm on another advisory committee for the Canby Area Transit, and so I was like, no, I don't want to commit to something else, but she sounded like there might be opportunities, so just want to let people know that sometimes the county might have something with advisory, so but she'll let us know more in February when she kind of starts in on it.
Oh. Okay, I just, I said a lot of what I had in mind, and one specific was just holding firm to our dates meeting on the second Wednesday of the month at 8:30. And I think, as you've proven, these meetings should be able to be done in about an hour unless we have a extraordinary circumstance. So I think trying to stay tighter to the timeline would be something I would really like. Working with Officer Miller and Deanna and Jackie and developing the right wording for the Facebook regarding speed reviews. I'm gonna do that. And then I think in doing the speed reviews, that's gonna really allow us to take a look at each of these streets and, we're gonna see, if there's a serious problem or not, and maybe discuss the signage on those various thoroughfares, and so that'll help us, I think, just do a better review. And then I'm excited about learning about these speed cameras and having a presentation done at the police department, so the chief and everyone can see it and we can all see it. So that's my hope, that can take place. And that's all I have.
All right, I've got 3 things. 2 of them have already come up, so should be quick. On third, I forgot to ask, is the camera in the pipeline?
It is, it's not up yet. I was thinking about that last night, and so.
Nowhere, okay. Over in the same shopping center, instead of leaving by the Ace Hardware, if you are in the parking lot and you are leaving basically straight in front of the Safeway, where we've got that 3-way stop with the traffic coming in and out of 99. When you are leaving the shopping center, the stop sign there, the one that's 1 block up, so you're back in the shopping center, the sign is still there. The next one up where you're supposed to stop and get a little ways out, I mean, it's knocked over. So the one that's a little bit further up. That one is knocked over kind of next to, yeah, and it's much more knocked over now. And so people have always, even when it's in perfect standing, ignored it, but now that we've got more new people coming in because of marshals and whatnot, I've noticed more people going through it. Because I do not trust that intersection at all, so I am like super diligent. I go through there fairly frequently. I'm always like, all right, I'm doing what? But yeah, if you could. Do stop signs have to be a regulation size?
Yes.
And one be larger? Could we put a, is it appropriate to have it say that it's a 3-way stop?
So Jerry snuck out of here before I asked him, because I'm trying to remember. As far as changing anything there, I'm not 100% sure if that is our sign.
Okay.
That might be part of the Safeway complex's sign. I have to go through and see where the property lines are and stuff. Because I don't know which ones are. This area I've never liked.
Yeah.
This design.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Not a block, say this intersection.
So we always have to go back and try to review on where we are and where we're not supposed to be. So I will look at that. We'll go and probably sign it back up, so that's easy enough. But as far as changing anything like that,
Can you find out about jurisdictional boundaries, and maybe next month we can just have a quick discussion about, is it appropriate to have it say 3-way stop or something of that nature that would make a little bit more clear that not everybody is stopping and that you should be stopping there. All right, so the last one, this one's kind of a big deal. I was curious, we have that new pedestrian island on 99, just past Ivy, kind of between the Chevron station and the resale shop. But there's no crosswalk on either side of it. Why is there a pedestrian island with no crosswalk?
that's a very good question.
Okay, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because I've seen this happen multiple times now, where, especially in periods of heavier traffic, you'll have, I've seen it, every time I've seen it, I've been heading eastward, intersection, going, And there will be traffic in both lanes, or maybe primarily in one lane. And the left lane closest to the island starts to slow down because they see a pedestrian. So people scooch over to the right lane and try to speed up to get around who's slowing down the left lane and almost hit somebody. They don't see that there's no lights, there's no crosswalk, there's nothing. People are slowing down for whatever, they don't want to deal with it, and then they speed around. Because now there's a person and behind them. I don't know if they would try to speed around too or not, both are on.
It would be nice if that crosswalk had like the lights, that's what I was expecting.
I was expecting lights and a crosswalk, so if
Yeah.
somebody was in it, it would actually notify particular traffic, but.
So as far as the crosswalk goes, I know that, they weren't done completely striping, and it just, they were gonna wait to do it until spring, because the weather. So that may be possible if they're gonna actually be in a crosswalk. I can reach out to somebody and find out for sure, but.
Would they have to wait on the lights? And like, if there were going to be a signal that's lighted, would they have to wait until the crosswalk is painted? I guess that'd be my other question. Is there gonna be a lighted indicator?
It's one of those which comes first, chicken or egg
Yeah.
question. I don't believe that that was planned to be push button crossing.
Yeah,
Uh,
and when we say push button, that would be to have a flashing indicator that
Yep.
someone's gonna cross.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't believe it was, could be wrong on that.
just the striping would be a huge improvement from where we're at now.
But I think you are right. I think it was it trying to do that striping in October, most striping.
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
for all intents and purposes. Maybe we can lean on them a little bit to be looking for a nice stretch of weather that would allow them to do it before May. I don't even drive that stretch of Ivy very often, and I've seen it multiple times now, and it's disconcerting.
Testing the guy right now.
At everything.
Is there anything else?
Did it get done early?
And then I'll adjourn the meeting at 9:29. Thank you very
Good
much
job.
for coming.
Thanks, Brandon, for your patience.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.